Hey everyone, welcome back to another devlog for Big Chungus. I wanted to show off the changes I've made this week, the additions I've made. A lot of it is under the hood, so I'm not going to be able to show you too much, but first thing I want to show off is the knockback that's been added. So now each weapon has a knockback value that will knock the slimes and knock the bad guys back. Previously, they kind of just kept coming at you. The slimes are actually increasing in speed each time you hit them. Couple feedbacks I got from some of my beta testers. Didn't really like that. They thought they were a little bit too aggressive. So I've added knockback. I've kind of scaled the weapons depending. Most of them are medium. The clubs are stronger. The ranged weapons are generally weak. There are a couple of ranged weapons that are slower but have a stronger knockback, such as the ice wand. But otherwise, knockbacks in the game. Woohoo! So the second thing I'd like to show is a pretty minor change, but it makes a big difference with placing items in the world, which is a snap to grid system. So every 4 units you can place an item, and that makes it so that you can make walls and structures, and your base is a little bit more organized versus what it was before, which was kind of chaos. It was very snap to wherever you want kind of system, which didn't really work well. Anyway, the snap to grid system, couple lines of code got this working, and it's looking a lot better. You can create a little base, align everything, make it look nice. I know not everything's kind of exactly tile based in this game. There can be things of different sizes, and it doesn't quite work out like in other games where you have every item, it takes up a square. It doesn't really work that way. You can kind of have multiple items per square. So this definitely helps with the organization. A couple under the hood changes happened as well. One being a better save system for spawn points. Essentially, each player was previously storing their spawn point, which didn't really quite work out. So instead I changed that to each world has a list of players and where they should spawn. So that way, for instance, if I right click on this tent, I've now set my spawn point to that tent. But if I go ahead and pick that tent up, it unsets the spawn point. And if someone else, not that this is multiplayer, but theoretically in the future, if someone else had knocked that tent away, it knows to unset the spawn points that are associated with it. So that's a nice little addition. So behind the scenes, I've implemented a level change system where, this being the overworld, we can enter levels such as this cave that I've put in here. You can teleport to the cave, and now I'm in the cave. It has its own wind, its own parameters for how dark it is. It has its own parameters for all sorts of good stuff. The cave being completely incomplete right now is just a couple tiles with basically dirt and stone. If I turn off the lighting, you can kind of get an idea of what it's looking like. You've got tunnels, you've got dirt, you've got stone. And if I go ahead and zoom out here, you can see there's little puddles of water every now and then, but for the most part, it's we're going to fill this in with various things you might find in a cave, various mushrooms, bones, rock piles, maybe some spiders, crystals. Who knows? We're gonna fill this out over the next couple of days, I think. As you can see, the exits are on the map as well as the entrances, so you should be able to easily find them. I think that's you want people to be able to find the things to do in the world, right? So that's it for this week. A lot of under the hood changes, not a whole lot to show off. Got the cave going, knockback is in place, and all around just moving in the right direction. If you have any comments, if you want to know how anything in particular works, or if you just want to tell me it all looks terrible, please do so. Anyway, have a good week, and I'll talk to you next week.